how's Jeddah? How's it going?
It's awesome, man. I had an awesome flight over here. Everything's been amazing. We're in this really fancy hotel. I get really fancy food served to me. We're fasting during the month of Ramadan, so the accommodations have been very, very nice.
Absolutely. So you and the wife and the kids came over?
So no, unfortunately, I was trying to make it happen. I was trying to bring my wife too, but just with school, the kids' schedule, it didn't work out. But hopefully, inshallah, next time I come down, I'll be able to bring them.
Oh, excellent. Well, honestly, like it's obviously a very exciting time for WWE, for wrestling in general. But before we talk about that, I want to talk about you. So like tell me about what it means to you to be able to come and participate in Umrah and have this, really special experience.
So I think you hit the nail on the head with the word special. This is such a special thing for me because one, I've never been to Umrah. I have been to Saudi before. I've been to Jeddah. I've been to Riyadh to perform. But usually when we perform, it's like we're in and we're out. Now that I have a few days here and I get to attend these iftars and do media and speak to people, meet some fans, do some charitable work, go on some historical tours. All of that's great, but the biggest thing to me is at the tail end of this trip is I get to perform Umrah. And not only do I get to do that, I get to do that in the month of Ramadan, which is just incredible, the last 10 nights of Ramadan. And also, like, to me, it's so unique because I'm doing this off of a work-related trip. The wife and I were discussing Umrah a few weeks ago. I'm like, man, I just don't know with my schedule, like how I'm going to make this happen. And, like when am I going to have the time to go? And a few days later, a call came like, hey, would you like to come to Saudi? And by the way, the team over here is asking they can help you set up Umrah if you're interested. And I was like, amazing. Yes, I was just talking about this. Yes, I would love to do it. So yeah, I was incredibly blessed and thankful for the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like, before we talk about that too, but like doing iftars over in this part of the world, is it a different vibe than it is? Because obviously, growing up in the US, being from the Chicago area, I'm sure like your relationship with your faith ends up being, very personal and very like communal to the people around you.
Sure.
Here it's everything, the entire.
Yeah. So it's wild where like this is the norm. You know what I mean? Like over here, it's like, oh yeah, it's the norm. While back at home, it's like like I don't want to say special, like, but it's not so much the norm. I haven't had iftar here yet. I'll have my first iftar tonight. But I think it's like a big, I think there's gonna be a lot of people there, so I don't think it'll be like the most like intimate thing. But man, the experience itself is just wild. Anytime I get to talk about my story about being a Muslim athlete in WWE performing during the month of Ramadan fasting, there's so many questions and what I hope a lot of inspiration that goes out based off of that story, because at the end of the day, there's so many people that watch this product that can identify with me. Through the fact that I'm Muslim, or through the fact that I'm this athlete that's promoting this, events that I'm coming out here for. But at the end of the day, what a incredible opportunity. But yeah, I'll let you know how my first iftar goes tonight.
No, it's joyous. Like my friend Muammar, the comedian, I think put it best. It just Ramadan always feels like Coachella for Muslims. Like
beautiful. I love it.
Vibes, like people up all night, like just this amazing community spirit. I'm really glad you get to come here and experience that.
Me too.
Yeah, but like, tell me if you could. Obviously, it's part of your own personal journey, but how do you feel your relationship with your faith has grown and changed? Because obviously, this is kind of a culmination point.
You were breaking up just a little bit during that question. Can you spit that back to me?
For sure. I mean, like, especially for Muslims that grow up, away from the Muslim world, this is obviously that kind of a culmination point in your faith. And like, obviously, I'm sure you're reflecting a lot on your own relationship with your faith and the way that that's grown. So how do you feel your relationship with your faith has grown over the years and has changed, especially as you've become, a father, become like this huge public figure and one of the, most vocal Muslims in American culture today?
Well, and thank you for the kind words. I wouldn't consider myself like famous by any means, but I appreciate it. Yeah, faith is a tricky thing, man, because I feel like it's faith is based upon experiences and like identifying them and breaking them down for what they really are. you know, a lot of times we're like, oh, why, you know, why didn't this happen? And you can't see the good in it behind, you know, like, oh, this didn't happen, because if it did happen, yeah, you would have had this moment of happiness and success. But then a few seconds later, like, you know, something detrimental was going to happen to you. That's why it initially didn't happen to you. So I think that comes with time and maturity, and yes, becoming a father and a husband and having a family to worry about has helped a lot. I think the fact that I am having Umrah happen, the fact that I'm here doing Umrah right now, it can't be coincidental. I'm at a point in my life right now where I'm contemplating a lot. You know, I'm not exactly old, but I'm not exactly young. You know, I'm at this, like, what is my purpose? What is my life's work going to be? Have I done enough? You know, is what I have enough? You know, and then at times you want so much more for yourself on a career basis. But then at the same time, I look at myself, I'm like, oh, how selfish of you. Look how blessed you already are. Look at this beautiful family, this beautiful home, this dream job that you've acquired. So there's a lot of, I don't want to say internal conflict, but just a lot of thoughts bouncing around my head constantly. And I don't know why my heart's at ease knowing that Umrah is coming up, and the clarity and the answers that I'm looking for will hopefully be there. You know, it's a time for a lot of self-reflection, you know. So as cool as it is to share the journey of being this Muslim athlete in WWE, and hey everyone, I'm doing Umrah, selfishly I need it, you know, and hopefully I find the peace that my mind and my heart are yearning for.
No, I get it. Like, I mean, I think you're 37. I'm 36, so I'm also at that same point in life. You know,
We're old, man. We're old. It's halfway over for us.
Now, so it's like, what do we do with our lives? Is this a midlife crisis?
Yeah,
that
you
we're
look back, you're like, that's it. Like, no. But yeah, I had that conversation a lot with my wife. Like, you know, I just feel like professionally, and like, you know, even as like, you know, you're pointing out somewhat of a Muslim figure, it's like I really thought I would have accomplished a lot more by now. You know, I had a lot of steam behind me in 2019 before the injury happened that kind of took me out of the world title picture, and I feel like I've never really recovered from it. And you know, I was kind of down about this, and then my wife's like, you know, you're this Muslim athlete, you have this, you have that, you have the respect of your colleagues, you know, in the industry, and you know, you may not see it, but you're influencing this. So sometimes it's nice to be reminded of what you accomplished and not be so hard on yourself. And so that's something I'm working on every day.
Oh, absolutely. And you do, like, no matter what you're given, like whether it's, you know, retribution or anything, like anytime there's an opportunity for you, you take that, and I see you put your full self into it.
Thank you. Yeah, I guess that's my one solace in everything. It's like I always hear the fans saying like, oh, this guy deserves better, he should be presented, and at the end of the day, all I ask is that, like, just as long as fans know that, you know, anytime I've been given something, I put my heart and soul into it, I dedicate it, you know, whether I agree with it or not, I'll try to make it work. And I think that's resonated with most fans. They know, like, this guy will make anything work.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, like, obviously, okay, I'm just a fan, journalist, whatever, living over on the other side of the world. But like, if you look at a guy like Sammy, why he was able to go from, you know, dude who's just kind of doing, you know, small bit parts here and there to being where he is today is because I don't think he never lost that sort of faith in what he could do. You know, he was always happy to take every single opportunity until the right opportunity hit in just a different way. So like, if you lose that passion, that moment never comes, you know?
Right. And that's the nature of what we do, right? There's ebbs and flows, there's highs and lows. You just kind of ride with it. And like the Sammy example is great because I think it was supposed to be like a one-time on-screen moment with Roman, but the chemistry was just there, and it kind of unfolded from there. So like that's the nature of what we do. There's not 5 to 10 year plans. Like, okay, this is going to be, you know, it's just kind of roll with the punches. So, you know, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. If you commit to everything you do, then, you know, hopefully it'll click one day, and hopefully it'll click one day for me too.
No, absolutely, man. Like, and like, that's not to discount anything you're doing, because you do like everything.
I appreciate that. No worries. I appreciate it.
Matches are fantastic. But I want to go back to being a Muslim public figure, because yeah, you don't want to put yourself out there as like, oh, look, I'm a big celebrity. But you do obviously take your representation of your faith, of your background very seriously, you know, and like that's been clear on screen in ways that, you know, I'm not Mustafa, I'm Mustafa. You
right.
know?
Iconic line, huh? I get that a lot. People bring that up a lot. I love it.
Yeah, but like it just goes to show that you are conscious of the, the way that you're presenting that
Yeah.
that the
Yeah,
way
and
that
I,
the face
and I
that you're in.
think why that resonated with a lot of people is because it happens to them every day. Khadija's name gets mispronounced, Muhammad's name gets mispronounced, Aisha's name gets mispronounced, and it's westernized and it's too hard to pronounce your name type of deal. So I feel like when I clap back with that line, a lot of people at home are like, yeah, you know what I mean, and I was guilty of it too. Being in the company for 6 years. I remember, introducing myself and saying, "Oh, I'm Mustafa Ali," and people are like, "Mustafa." Yeah, yeah. And at that point, you're just happy to be there, type of deal. And and obviously when the character said it, he was a heel, so he could be a bit snippy and a bit, rude, shall we say? I think when he retorted back. But the thing is, I do want to encourage people. It's okay to correct people and with a smile and tell them like, oh, actually, my name it's pronounced this way, and help them with the pronunciation. But I think people understand the confines of what I was doing with the character, but that I feel like a lot of people resonated with that, and that's kind of a cool thing that like you're not the only person. Like a lot of people come up to me like, oh, like I love it when you corrected her and had her say your name correctly. Like I'm not Mustafa, I'm Mustafa, and I was like, yeah, yeah. So it's a cool thing.
Yeah. And how do you feel like you've changed as a person? Because I was thinking the other day, like the Cruiserweight Classic obviously was just beautiful fucking moment. To swear. That's Ramadan.
All good, all good, all good.
But,
I'll let it go because I loved it too.
yeah, it was. But like in terms of who still is, at the forefront of the WWE after that, like it's like you and Cedric, like it's
Yeah. A lot. We've unfortunately a lot of amazing talent have gone on to other endeavors. But I think Cruiserweight Classic wise, it's me, Cedric, Drew Gulak, and Akira Tozawa. They're still kind of the last one standing, so to speak. Cruiser Classic is near and dear to my heart, man. Even that, I was an alternate in that. I wasn't originally supposed to be in that. I thought I was in the tournament, got there, found out that I was a backup. I was an alternate. So if someone got hurt or didn't make it, then I might be in the tournament. And then I asked, how many alternates are there? They go, 10. 10. I was like, there's no way I'm in this. And luckily a spot opened up, and I got to compete with Lindsay Dorado in the first round. We had like 5 minutes. Like you said, I poured my heart and soul into it because it's going to be the most action-packed 5 minutes that I could possibly think of that makes sense, and one thing led to another, and eventually I took that opportunity, got a job here at WWE. So yeah, the Cruiserweight Classic, I feel it's gonna be like a, what do they call it, like cult favorites, like what I mean, like the underground cult. They're like, oh, you remember the Cruiserweight Classic? Yeah, it's something so near and dear to me, and I'm proud of the work that everyone put into it.
How do you feel like you've changed as a person since then? Like, how do you feel like this WWE experience has helped you grow in, like on a real personal level?
On a personal level, I've realized, when you come in as a performer, you're all about the performance. You know what I mean? You're, what can I do? What can I wear? What can I say? What story can I tell the audience? I feel like, and this is going to get taken out of context, but no one watches full interviews anymore. Everyone just reads the clickbait headlines anyways. But I feel like I quickly figured that out. And now my time and emphasis has been leaning on more learning the business side of things. Like this is a business of what we do. We're an entertainment business. So I'm so interested in things like digital media rights and distribution and like, target audience and demographics, and like, because these are the things that I feel like really push certain individuals or groups or stories in certain directions, because at the end of the day, it's a business. We have such a dynamic, explosive roster now where athletically a lot of people can have a lot of good matches. Like a good match is not that hard to put together now with WWE's current roster. So there's got to be something more to you than just what you do in the ring. And that's why, like, you kind of constantly see me like ping-ponging these character ideas, trying to find my way in WWE. Like, how do I fit into the puzzle? from this, this conglomerate, this entertainment machine, that's how I've changed as a person. As far as in WWE, I'm more focused on like the business side of things now. Like, okay, how do we get the most out of this rather than just the performance side? And then on a personal level, like, I'm a father of 3 now. I have this incredible wife that I can't stop gushing about because she's just the most amazing thing in the world. And just this insane level of gratitude now. I'm always going to be this competitor, this really competitive guy that I feel like if you put me in the ring, and you give me enough time and the platform to do it, I'm going to steal the show. Like, I have that undying confidence in me, and I'll always have that. But I also have like this very like caring, tender side of me where it's like, oh, I can't wait to go home and spend time with my family and watch movies with them and eat chocolate chip cookies. Like there's that side of me now that never really existed before. So that's kind of how I've evolved lately.
That's something to be grateful for.
Yeah, gratitude is through the roof. Yeah,
absolutely, man. I gotta let you go. I'm going over a little bit of time, but it was great meeting you.
Man. Oh, that was me rambling. My apologies.
Rambling's good. This conversation is what that's called.
My man, appreciate you.
Enjoy your trip. Enjoy iftar.
Thank you very much.